business. We are Alabama's F-150 Superstore, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com. Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, the Huntsville Sports Commission, and by Bryant Bank. We are proud to be Alabama's bank of the community and for the community. Online at BryantBank.com.
Made some plays later once they were down, but really helped dig the hole for them. That was a big problem. And Rashee Rice is suspended. So when you draft players with character issues, when you draft wide receivers that weigh 160 pounds, when you give 1-year, $7 million deals to receivers that are consistently hurt, and then you sit there and clutch your pearls wondering why you're hurt at wide receiver, you have no one to blame but yourself.
The offense did find a groove. They scored on 3 straight drives in that second half, but in the final 3 drives defensively, they gave up the touch.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now. 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's your host, Scott Theisen.
Welcome in. You can call it our third week of the show, but this is the week where it gets real for everybody across the state of Alabama. Last week, Class 4 Region 8 opened up region play because they have a lot of region teams. They've got to get them all in. This week, everybody across the state of Alabama digging right into region play, and we will head right out to our Class 7A scores.
Class 7A scores.
We start with Class 7A Region 4. Austin, Sparkman. Austin traveling to Harvest tonight to take on the Sparkman Senators, 24th meeting all time. Black Bears have won 2 of the last 3 games, but both of those games coming in overtime. Sparkman won 3 straight in the series, 19, 20, and 21. Sparkman off to an 0-2 start, though, for the second straight year. Austin coming in off a win last week after dropping their season opener to Hartselle. And tonight, the Austin Black Bears a little too much. They get it done 29-7. It was the Battle of Huntsville. Huntsville and Grissom tonight at Milton Frank Stadium. Huntsville would lead 7-0 at halftime. By the way, tonight's meeting, the 55th meeting between the two schools, Huntsville would lead 7-0 after the first quarter, scoreless second quarter. We go to the half 7-0. In the end, Huntsville holds on. They get a 2013 win tonight over Grissom. Bob Jones and James Clemens. Oh, my goodness. The 14th meeting all time. James Clemens has won 6 of the last 7. Bob Jones won those first 6 meetings. Remember, James Clemens coming along. Bob Jones wins. James Clemens had their number. James Clemens was off last week. They beat Gardendale in week 0. Bob Jones already with wins against Coleman on the road and Lee last week. My goodness. Bob Jones would come out on fire. James Clemens, a bad snap early on their first possession on 4th down. Ball sails out of the end zone. Bob Jones up 2-0. Bob Jones not done in the first quarter. Jacoby Gill would find Christopher Katerina for the long touchdown, makes it 9-0. They would not be done. Jaden Rice would add a pair of first-half touchdowns. Bob Jones would lead this one 37-7 at the half. They don't look back. The Patriots cruise tonight over James Clemens, 54-7. Florence making that drive to Albertville this evening. Florence 5-0 all-time against Albertville. Now, in those matchups, the Aggies have been outscored 234-24. Albertville trying to snap a 30-game losing streak. Albertville's last win coming back on August 26, 2022. That was on the road. They have not won a home game since October 11th of 2019, a span of 26 games. Make it 27 games. Florence, too much tonight as they get a win, 28-8. Let's move into Class 6A.
Class 6A scores.
We start with Class 6A Region 8. Southside at home tonight, protecting the home turf over Lee. They get a win 38-19. In a game you heard on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, Gadsden City takes care of Buckhorn 31-6. A little bit about this series. Bucks, they were coming into it just 1-6 all time against the Titans. Only win in the series coming back in 2014. During that stretch, Buckhorn has been outscored 248-72 during the 6-game slide. They fall tonight 31-6. Class 6A Region 7 we go. It was homecoming for Muscle Shoals. They were entertaining Columbia, and Muscle Shoals too much in this one, 49-6. So the nation's longest losing streak extended tonight as the Columbia Eagles can't get it done on the road. Athens and Coleman, my oh my, this one was a fantastic back and forth ball game. Athens 3 better than Coleman tonight at home, 41-38, your final. Class 6A Region 6 we visit, and it's Oxford over Shades Valley, 45-7. Let's dip into Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, Sardis at home tonight entertaining Arab, and Sardis would have the lead in this one, but Arab would dig down deep. They come back, and Arab on the road tonight, able to best Sardis 21-15. Guntersville checking in this week as your number 5 ranked team in Class 5A. They get 87 points this week. They're off to a 2-0 start. And boy, they looked impressive, did they, tonight? Every bit the 5th ranked team in the state in Class 5A. They get it done over Brewers 63-12. Class 5A Region 7 we visit. Fairview and West Point. Fairview checking in this week as the number 4th ranked team in Class 5A, and they were on the road taking on West Point. They get it done in a big way, 42-14. Russellville at home tonight taking on Lawrence County. Russellville, no problems. They get a win tonight, 35-6. Priceville and Ardmore, both teams trying to start the year 3-0. Ardmore at home feeling good, but Sheldon Graham would have a pair of scores for Priceville on the night. They were way too much. Priceville 49-13 winners over Ardmore. Class 5A Region 6, it was Lincoln 49, Center Point 26, Lee's 42-0 over Springville, Moody 42-21 winners over Jacksonville. And one non-region game in Class 5A, Douglas goes on the road, non-region game against Hayden. They get it done 62-34. Let's drop in on Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
All right, Westminster Christian Academy at home, JP2 on the road. Both teams coming off region opening losses last week, trying to rebound this week. JP2 lost to Madison County last week. Westminster Christian Academy tripped up by Plainview. Westminster Christian Academy at home tonight, too much. They get a win over JP2, 35-17. And speaking of Plainview at home tonight, Randolph visiting Plainview, and Plainview looking awfully good tonight. They're getting votes in the Class 4A poll, and they looked at tonight. They get it done 54-7. North Jackson checking in at number 10 in the Class 4A polls this week, off to a 1-1 start, and they're at home. They get it done over Madison County, 40-28. And Madison Academy, your 7th ranked team in Class 4A, no problems tonight in their home opener with DAR, 63-6. Your final there. All right, I tell you what, let's hit the pause button real fast. When we come back, we'll get some more scores and start dialing up some coaches as it's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
You guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, legendary fun, legendary food.
This is Ronnie Watson, head coach of the Sparkman Senators, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 the ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Indeed, welcome back to the scores, the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by our very good friends over at Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We are cranking things up. Let's dip back into our 4A scores. Class 4A Region 8, we visit. It is Westminster Christian Academy over JP2 35-17. Plainview over Randolph 54-7. North Jackson over Madison County 40-28. And Madison Academy over DAR 63-6. Let's head out to the Shoals. Class 4A Region 7 we go. And Central Florence all over Wilson tonight, 42-0, your final there. Looking at West Morgan and West Limestone. West Morgan shuts out West Limestone, 49-0, your final there. West Morgan checking in this week at number 3 in the Class 4A polls. Took me a second to look at that one. Hatton over Brooks tonight. Hatton goes on the road, 34-6, your final there. And we go Class 4A Region 6, Hoax Bluff over Etowah 28-3. Cherokee County over Aniana 42-9. Anniston over Asheville 43-14. Let's go Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
Whitesburg Christian Academy on the road tonight. Big winners over Brindley Mountain 42-6. It's just about ready to go final. There's been a lot of games that have been late, but they're going final now. Fife and Collinsville, 5:58, Collinsville 22. That is a battle of top 10 teams in Class 3A. Fife checking in number 6, Collinsville checking in at number 10 in the state. We go into Class 3A Region 7, Rogers 47, Sheffield 16, Colbert Heights 38. Clements gets shut out tonight, 38-0, your final there. Deschler, a big winner tonight, 58-7 over Danville. We wanted to make sure we filled that one in, 58-7, your final. We keep on going on. Let's get back into our scores. Class 3A, it was Westbrook Christian over Sachs, 42-6. Piedmont over Ohanchee, 61-6. Holly Pond over Sylvania, 12-7. Vinemont over Phil Campbell, 22-16. In class, let's go Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
All right, before we get to our Class 2A scores, let's go out to our Scoreboard Show hotline. His team traveling over to Harvest tonight. The Austin Black Bears get it done over the Sparkman Senators 22-9. And their head coach, Jeremy Perkins, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. It feels good to be 1-0 in the region.
It does, and it also has to feel good winning in a place that Austin has not won in quite some time, and that is at Sparkman.
Yeah, we've struggled, not played well there the past few trips over there, so played a little bit better tonight. Still has struggled at times, but guys found a good way to win.
Coach, you were able to get off to a decent start there early and kind of put some points on in the second half. What was really working for you? I know it was early on. It was a tough battle, but what was going well for you guys?
We did a good job running the football. Our offensive line played great. We protected well. A big thing, we stopped ourselves some. We fumbled one time and after a catch, and we too many penalties, which put us behind the sticks or moved us backwards. We missed a field goal as well. So, there's a lot to clean up, but I thought we ran the ball really well. I thought we controlled the front really well, both sides of the ball. And our kids made plays when they didn't make plays.
Coach, this is now game number 3 for you guys. First one, as you mentioned, you're now 1-0 in the region. What have you learned the most, and what have you liked about your team the most after the first 3 games?
Well, they've got a lot of grit about them. I mean, they don't like to lose. They're going to fight tooth and nail. And we're getting better. We're improving in some spots, which we have to continue to do. We don't have a lot of depth, so it's important those next guys up. They continue to improve as well. But, they're a hard-nosed blue-collar football team.
All right, well, next week it's a date with the Florence Falcons as you look to try to go 2-0 1 week at a time. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and safe travels back to Decatur.
Thank you. God bless. Go Bears.
All right, Jeremy Perkins, head coach of the Austin Black Bears, joining us on the Scoreboard Show hotline as Austin able to come on the road tonight and get it done in their Class 7A Region 4 opener. Let's get you through the rest of the scores tonight. Let's get some more Class 2A scores.
Class 2A scores.
Class 2A Region 8, we visit Lexington over Decatur Heritage 63-18. Class 2A Region 7, Pisgah all over section tonight 52-6. Of course, Pisgah, your third-ranked team in Class 2A. Class 2A Region 6, Susan Moore over Cold Spring 66-50. Falkville over West End 16-13. It was Winston County in a non-region game over Tanner 51-26. And all right, Class 1A scores. Just a few of them to get to right now.
Class 1A scores.
All right, Spring Garden over Raglan, 52-33. Addison shuts out Shoals Christian, 51-0. And Hackleburg over Meek, 33-0. Let's get our last break in here of the show, because when we come back, we'll check in more with some Class 7A reaction, as well as get you caught up on all of the scores. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan today at 256-208-9000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games, and if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title, because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. A little bit of rainfall and maybe a few thunderstorms in the forecast for this Friday night after about 10 o'clock. Expect to continue to sit under mostly clouds with low temperatures falling into the upper 60s. Heading into Saturday, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. We'll see partly sunshine with high temperatures warming into the low 80s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Chad McGee, head coach of the James Clemens Jets, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. And let's visit our Scoreboard Show hotline tonight, because it was one of the most entertaining games in North Alabama. And that was in the city of Athens, as the Athens Golden Eagles hang on and prevail against Coleman. 41-38 the final. Their head coach, Cody Gross, kind enough to join us tonight to break it down. Coach, congratulations on a on a very impressive win tonight at home.
Well, I appreciate it. It was, I guess the fans got their money's worth. It was, I think it'd been a heck of a game to watch. Not so sure about it on the sideline, but in the stands, it was probably pretty good.
Well, kind of take us through it a little bit. I mean, this one was back and forth all the way through.
Yeah, it was. Coleman jumped out on us 9-0. They had a great opening drive. First of all, Coach Walker, they did a great job. The staff, they had a great game plan, and kids fought hard. It was a really good high school football game between two teams that fought their guts out. And it really is one of those games you hate anybody lost. But I'm glad it wasn't us. But they took it down, great drive. They stoned us on our first series. We snapped it over the punter's head for a safety, and didn't look real good. And then, throughout the game, like you said, it was back and forth. They took a lead right before the half. Quarterback scrambled on a fourth down and took it in to give them a 23-21 lead at the half. And then at one point we're up 10 there late in the game, and they're able to come back and make it close. And then we had to get a fourth down stop late to kind of seal the thing. So they had a fourth down stop to get the ball back, and then we had to get a fourth down stop to take a knee. But Jackson Unger played a great game at quarterback for us. He had 4 rushing touchdowns, and DeMarcus Malone had 2. So our offensive line did a really good job tonight.
Coach, now you get to enjoy an off week. Does that come at a good time, or, it seems like it's awfully early.
It is early. We're in a 7-team region, and we have to draw for our open week, and other than the traditional open weeks, and boy, I don't like it. I really don't. We're really early in the season. Just played one region game. So no, I'm not a big fan of when it fell. I sure didn't want it to fall then, but it did. So, you play the hand that you're dealt.
Right.
We got a opportunity to go get better, and we got a lot to get better at. I think we're fairly healthy. You got your normal banged up guys, just the bumps and bruises of football. And I think, but we golf may help a couple of our guys, but we got a lot of improvement we got to make to do the things that we'd like to be able to do. We got a long way to go, so this next week's going to be big for us. But sure is better to be going into off week with a win.
I was going to say that. And are you happy with the way the kids responded after a tough one last week?
Yeah, I am. And I will say very, very disappointed in last week, and really more about the way we handled ourselves than the loss. Buckhorn did a really good job. Hats off to them. But I don't think we handled adversity very well, and that bothers me. So tonight I thought we responded well. I thought we had a good week of practice. They responded to the things we did to make corrections, and then they fought their guts out tonight. So I am proud of how they responded, because it's kind of like life, right? We'll have adversity, and it's going to always be there, and you got to hopefully not going to be defined by that adversity, but how you handle it. And I think we took some steps forward as a team tonight.
Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Enjoy this one, and enjoy the bye week next week, and then it's on to Jasper after that. But congratulations on the win tonight.
Well, I appreciate it, and that'll be a big one when we travel down to Jasper, but I appreciate you guys.
All right, Cody Gross, head coach of the Athens Golden Eagles, kind enough to visit with us for a minute. His team victorious tonight, 41-38 over Coleman. Let's stay out on the Scoreboard Show hotline as his team tonight at home, a 35-17 winner over JP2 in their second region game of the year, because they have a bunch of region teams as well. And Westminster Christian Academy head coach Louis LeBlanc, kind enough to join us tonight. And Coach, congratulations, a home win tonight. More importantly, a region win.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. It was a big one, and I don't know what I feel better about, the win or getting to follow Cody Gross, man. What an amazing dude that guy is, and
he's one of the best.
And I love that guy. And but the guys played really hard tonight, and especially after last week, and just the mistakes we made, and feeling like we could have been a little bit more competitive, and then to come out tonight with a great focus and wanting to to play our brand of football. And so I'm just proud of the guys overall. Great effort.
Coach, who kind of stood out to you? Who had some of those good performances tonight?
Well, man, if you watch the game, I mean, you can't get your eyes off of number 0, Carson Tinsley. He's a kicker, he's a punter, he's a linebacker, he's a running back, he's whatever you want him to be. He had 3 touchdowns on offense, running the ball. He had a bunch of great tackles and some tackle for losses on defense. I mean, the guy's he's a weapon, and we're going to miss him next year. But so he had a great game in all phases of the game, and then we put Landon Shackelford on their best receiver, Andrew Jeske, and Landon did a great job with him. Andrew Jeske's a big target and a great receiver with great hands, and so proud of the way Landon, as a sophomore, stepped up to that challenge. And then we really got in the O-line this last week and pushed them and wanted them to shoulder more of the weight of what we need to do, and those guys responded really well. And so overall, those would be the 2 individuals in the group that I think just took charge of the game. And I saw something different out of our quarterback, Houston Scott, tonight, and it was awesome to see him step up and be a leader when the team needed a leader, and he had a good game.
Well, Coach, it's always good, and you have to be happy with the way your team responded after a tough one last week against Plainview. You got to be happy with the way your team responded.
Yeah, without a doubt. Anytime you lose, I mean, it's just hard. You don't do all this to just go lose. So we talk to the guys. You get limited number of minutes to go and play the game that you've spent hours practicing, and man, you got to get out there and take advantage of it. And we cannot make mistakes. We just can't afford them. And so not to tell them they have to be perfect, but pre-snap, we can put our eyes in the right place, and we can read our keys, and we can be aligned, and we can do the things that we need to do. So I do feel like we made a great charge in limiting those self-inflicted wounds. We still had some tonight, and so there's always something to work on. But the way the guys did it, and then the way they handled the mistakes when we made them, was incredibly encouraging. As a coach, I know I've talked with you guys before about, I feel like one of my biggest jobs is to create a family. Take guys from all different backgrounds and turn them into a family. And so to see them tonight, picking each other up, getting excited, encouraging when there was a mess up, and to see them pull through the way they did, it was awesome. And I think Coach Crehan does a phenomenal job. I was worried about this bunch. They played different than I've seen them. We talked about it this morning on the air, but they were a different JP2 team, and they were hungry, and you can tell they were determined, and so there's big things coming in the future for that program under his leadership.
And next week it's back on the road, this is part of a 4-game region stretch for you. Next week it's at Randolph, trying to put back-to-back region wins together.
Yes, sir. Man, yeah. I tell you, just not only having these tough opponents, but then the level of coaching that I feel is in the region, and David Lloyd is one of the best and does a great job with his crew, and the guys. I feel like he's a magician sometimes, and what he cooks up and what he does with the talent that he has, and so going to Randolph is always a tough place for us to play, and I appreciate the way David, the way he runs his program and the way he coaches. He really pushes the teams that he plays and the coaching staffs that are coaching against him to be their best, and so it's going to be a tough one, but I feel like I'm on repeat almost every week, having to say that, and so looking forward to the challenge, and wish we were playing home, but excited to get on the road again and see what we can do.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck next week.
Thank you, man, so much.
All right, Louis LeBlanc, head coach of Westminster Christian Academy, kind enough to join us. Now we got to turn our attention to the city rivalry tonight here in Huntsville. Everyone on 97.7 ESPN The Zone was able to hear that if you downloaded the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app, and that was Huntsville and Grissom. And Drew DeArmond was on the call tonight as let's see who joins the show now. As they were at Milton Frank Stadium, and Huntsville able to get the win tonight over Grissom, 20-13, the final.
Yeah, that's right, Scott.
All right, 20-13, the final there. You got it?
Yeah, I think we got it now. No problem. Just got in from a very festive Milton Frank Stadium. Great crowd, a lot of energy on both sides. It was a really good football game. It was a crazy game last year, a lot of trick plays, and Grissom kept staying within striking distance, but Huntsville was able to put the game away late and win it 30-27. This time, much more of a defensive-oriented game. As we heard Preston Judah on Talking Ball with us earlier on Thursday, he talked about his defensive line. He talked about his DNs, and he thought his defense was getting better, and they certainly held their own against Huntsville. They honestly stood on their head for most of the night. Huntsville's red zone offense was not great. Huntsville turned it over on downs 4 or 5 times. And this was only a 7-0 game at halftime as Bryson Grissom, who had over 150 receiving yards for Huntsville, had a touchdown catch of 40 yards on a busted coverage at the midpoint of the first quarter, 5:49 to go to give Huntsville that 7-0 lead. That held up until the middle of the third quarter, and then Bryson Grissom yet again after Huntsville was able to capitalize on a turnover and drive the ball down. And it was actually a turnover on downs. They stuffed Grissom near midfield. And then the Tigers turned the ball over on downs to Huntsville. Huntsville put their second scoring drive together. Grissom ended up going in from 16 yards out on a quick screen from Wyatt Smith. PAT was no good, and this was a big point in the game. It was 13-0 Huntsville. Midpoint of the third quarter, it looked like Grissom wasn't going to get anything going offensively, but because they had just a heck of a time blocking Michael, the Ukrainian Grizzly Chobe, who was just unbelievable in this game. But they managed to put a drive together. Finally got the passing game going and some balance with the run. And on 4th down and 3, Keon Johnson scores from 3 yards out with 3:24 to go in the third quarter. PAT was no good, but it was a 1-touchdown game, 13-6, Grissom hanging in there. And then it really got interesting as Grissom's defense dug in, continued to stop Huntsville. And then with 5:48 to go in the fourth quarter, on 3rd down from the Huntsville 13-yard line, an RPO was very successful as Patrick Bailey hit Logan Moore from 13 yards out. PAT was good, and we had a barn burner tied at 13 with 5:48 to go. Then Grissom squib kicked the kickoff. It was recovered by Huntsville at their own 43, and then Jackson Spencer and the offensive line of Huntsville took over. I believe he carried every play on the drive, went in from 9 yards out with 3:14 to go, did Jackson Spencer, the senior. PAT was good, which is big, 20-13. And then the Ukrainian Grizzly, we're starting to call these bear traps now. Okay. But he comes through the middle on 3rd down, sacks the quarterback, Patrick Bailey, for the 4th time in the ball game. And that put Grissom way behind the chains on 4th down. The 4th down pass was incomplete. Jackson Spencer and the offensive line run out the clock. And the Huntsville Crimson Panthers are 3-0, 1-0 in 7A Region 4 as they escape against a very game Grissom team. I think, Coach Judah's doing a great job over there. They played with a lot of grit and tenacity, but Huntsville wins 20-13 and is now going to face a very angry James Clemens Jets team. As we know, that was one of the shockers of the night, hearing from Thomas Ashworth of AL.com, 54-7. Bob Jones wins that game. So I believe it's at Milton Frank next week. The Huntsville Crimson Panthers will try to go to 2-0 in 7A Region 4. They haven't had a lot of success against James Clemens lately, but Juan Johnson's group will be coming in angry as Huntsville will be 3-0 and the James Clemens Jets 2-1 as the Crimson Panthers get it done in gritty fashion against a very game Grissom squad tonight.
Yeah, James Clemens never in that ball game. 2-0 very early in that ball game. Bob Jones, and then next thing you know, it was 37-0.
That was like early second quarter.
Yeah, it was. Bob Jones had it rolling from the beginning there at Madison City Schools Stadium tonight. So the other ones, Austin a winner tonight, Huntsville, Bob Jones, and Florence, all 7A Region 4 winners tonight. Florence goes on the road, gets a win, and Austin goes on the road and gets a win tonight.
Well, and I think Coach Jimmy Gay will be happy. His best players stepped up at the biggest times. I mean, his quarterback, Wyatt Smith, has not thrown any interceptions yet this year. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, no picks. And then you got Jackson Spencer. He took over in that fourth quarter running the football. The offensive line did a nice job. Bryson Grissom's had 250-yard receiving games in 3 games now, Scott. He's got, I believe, 4 touchdowns on the year. He had 2 more tonight, and he's just done an outstanding job. And then the Ukrainian Grizzly, what more can you say? I think he's got 10 sacks in 3 games. He has been an absolute monster coming off the ball. He had several tackles in the backfield, too, against the run. So he plays the run and the pass. Just remember that name, number 90, and Alabama could sure as hell use him.
All right. Thank you, Drew DeArmond. You can join him each and every Friday night for our game of the week. Just download that 97.7 ESPN The Zone app and click on the game of the week logo. Let's head back out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. And we mentioned the Bob Jones, James Clemens game. Let's get a breakdown from that one from our good friend Thomas Ashworth at AL.com. And we called it one of the biggest surprises of the night. And I think it was if you were not in your seat by 5 minutes into this one, you missed pretty much the entire thing because Bob Jones was ready to go from the beginning, Thomas.
Yeah, and I think that, like you said, you could have picked Bob Jones or James Clemens either way, but I don't think anyone expected a score like this, especially with the talent on both sides. But Bob Jones just absolutely got going from the start. There was a safety on a ball that went over the head of the punter very early for James Clemens, and it just kind of fell apart after that. Jacoby Gill was awesome facing off against his former team. Jaden Rice ran for 190 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's a guy that needs to be on coaches' radars. He's a really good running back, had a really good game. Christopher Caterina had 6 catches for 98 yards and a touchdown, and the defense only allowed 1 touchdown, and it was on the first drive of the second half. So, just an all-around really good night in pretty much every phase of the game for Bob Jones. And obviously really encouraging when you're looking at the grand scheme of Class 7A Region 4.
I'm sure you had a chance to talk to both coaches. What did Kelvis White have to say? What did Juan Johnson have to say?
Yeah, I'll start with the quick one. Juan Johnson was obviously very brief, but it's just kind of got to get back to work. It's still a young season. This is only their second game, and their first game was against a Gardendale team that that has seen better seasons. But this was a game for them that was certainly a learning opportunity, obviously. But they have 2 of the best running backs in the state still, and MJ Gideon and Christian Ritchie, and they still have some really good pieces on offense. So there's no reason that they can't put a run together and potentially even host a playoff game. I think they have enough talent to do that if they're able to turn it around. But for Bob Jones, it was just like we said, all around dominant win for them. Offense was clicking really early. The defense was stellar, and Kelvis even shouted out the special teams on that one just because they had a really good game as well. So Kelvis obviously very encouraged, and it's always a good thing to get a win against your crosstown rival. But he says this was probably one of, if not the best win for him since he started at Bob Jones.
All right. Thomas Ashworth, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. You look at what's next for bowl teams. Obviously, it's better when you get to enjoy 5 days after a win, especially when it comes over your rival. Now Bob Jones will turn their attention to Grissom next week as they welcome Grissom. So a chance for Kelvis White and company to go 4-0 to start the year, but more importantly, 2-0 in region play.
Yeah, this is the first time that Bob Jones has gone 3-0 to start the year in 10 seasons. So this isn't, some kind of, accident either. I mean, they've played very well. Jacoby Gill's been very good. So they have a really good season ahead of them, I think. I think that it really shakes up the region when you're talking about Austin and, Florence and Huntsville as well, potentially being in the mix for a playoff spot. So good days are certainly look like they're ahead for Bob Jones this year.
All right, I'm sure Thomas Ashworth, I'm sure you're busy. A lot of stuff tonight happening around the state. Plenty to get to on AL.com.
Yes, sir, for sure. Appreciate you guys.
All right, Thomas Ashworth busy on a Friday night. We'll let him go, but a lot of stuff to get through. And I tell you what, let's get a break in because when we come back, we'll run down all the scores for you one last time. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold-certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bad compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
This is Bob Gotze, head coach of the Madison Academy Mustangs, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. That's right. Your ears are not deceiving you. We are going into overtime tonight. We got a late start, so we're just taking over the show and the programming ourselves, and we're going past 11 to get it all in. Let's run down from 7 to 1. Let's run down all the scores that we have for you, starting in Class 7A.
Class 7A scores.
Class 7A Region 4, Austin over Sparkman 29-7. Huntsville over Grissom 20-13. Bob Jones over James Clemens 54-7. And Florence over Albertville 28-8. Class 6A we go.
Class 6A scores.
Class 6A Region 8, Southside 38, Lee 19. That one was close at first. Southside pulling away in the second half. Gadsden City over Buckhorn 31-6. Class 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals. They're homecoming tonight for the Trojans. They get it done over Columbia 49-6. Jasper over Decatur 48-13. It's Athens over Coleman 41-38. Class 6A Region 6, Oxford over Shades Valley 45-7. Let's go Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
Class 5A Region 8, Arab 21-15 winners over Sardis. Scottsboro over Boaz 41-7. Guntersville over Brewer 63-12. Class 5A Region 7. It's Fairview over West Point 42-14. Russellville over Lawrence County 35-6. Priceville over Ardmore 49-13. Sheldon Graham, a bear of scores for Priceville in this one. They are off to a fantastic start. Undefeated start for Priceville. Class 5A Region 6. Lincoln over Centerpoint 49-26. Leeds over Springville 42-0. And Moody over Jacksonville 42-21. Class 5A Region 5. Douglas over Hayden 62-34. Let's go Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
Westminster Christian Academy over JP2 35-17. Plainview over Randolph 54-7. North Jackson over Madison County 40-28. Madison Academy over DAR 63-6. Class 4A Region 7. Central Florence over Wilson 42-0. West Morgan shuts out West Limestone 49-0. Deschler over Danville 58-7. And it's Hatton over Brooks 34-6. Class 4A Region 6. Hoax Bluff over Etowah 28-3. Cherokee County over Aniana 42-9. Anniston over Asheville 43-14. Let's go Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
Class 3A Region 8, Fife over Collinsville, 58-22. That was a battle of top 10 teams in Class 3A. Fife checking in at number 6. Collinsville checking in at number 10. Whitesburg Christian Academy over Brindley Mountain, 42-6. Geraldine over Asbury, 62-6. Class 3A Region 7, Rogers over Sheffield, 47-16. It was Lauderdale County over Elkmont 51-7, and Colbert Heights shuts out Clements 38-0. Want to stay in Class 3A for just 1 second. There we go. Okay, we're moving on. Class 3A Region 6, Westbrook Christian over Sachs 42-6. Piedmont over Ohatchee 61-6. And it was Holly Pond over Sylvania 12-7. Class 3A Region 5, Vinemont over Phil Campbell 22-16. Let's check in Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
Class 2A Region 8, Lexington 63-18 winners over Decatur Heritage. It was Pisgah over Section 52-6. Cedar Bluff over Gadsden 42-20. And it was Class 2A Region 6. Susan Moore, 66-50 winners over Cold Springs. Falkville, 16-13 winners over West End. And in a non-region game, Winston County over Tanner, 51-26. Class 1A.
Class 1A scores.
All right. It was Spring Garden over Raglan, 52-33. It was Valley Head over Galesville, 55-38. And it was Woodville over Eider, 43-7. Those are Class 1A Region 8 scores. Class 1A Region 7, it would be Addison over Shoals Christian, 51-0. Hackleburg over Meek, 33-0. And it would be Cherokee and Waterloo, and then Phillips and Vinyl meeting each other. All right. We said we were going overtime. We went overtime. That, my friends, is going to put a cap on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We appreciate you for joining us a little bit longer than normal. That is because the game between Buckhorn and Gadsden City went a little long, so we just kind of took over things for what the state calls Week 2. Is our third week. We'll be back next week for our Week 4 edition of the show. A lot to get through, a lot of region games to get through. Appreciate all the coaches. Appreciate everybody for staying up with us a little bit longer. It's been the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We're back at it next Friday. Make sure you download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
This is The Blitz with Joe Hunt and John Abraham.
256-576-4977. The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your paths, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Buying that perfect home is one of the most important financial decisions you'll ever make, so it's crucial that you have the right partner to help you through the process. Hi, I'm Stuart Evans, Mortgage Loan Officer for Bryant Bank, and I'm here to tell you that we are that partner. We offer a variety of mortgage products to fit your unique home buying situation in a changing rate environment. That kind of hassle-free approach might not be what you'd expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give me a call today or visit me at our downtown Huntsville office and let me show you what banking beyond expectation is all about.
Bryant Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says because try